Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Murray. I'm the Emergency Management Coordinator for the City of Brookhaven. And as part of our Emergency Ready Kit series, tonight we're going to talk about miscellaneous items that you want to make sure that you've got in your Emergency Ready Kit. First thing we're going to talk about is lighting. You need to make sure that you've got some kind of lighting, whether it be a flashlight, some kind of lantern, headlamps, or a multi-purpose device that's a radio as well as a flashlight. No matter what you decide to use as your lighting, make sure that you have a way to charge it or that you've got extra batteries. It's very, very important to make sure that you've got extra batteries. Some people like to have chem lights. Chem lights are a great thing to have. They're very lightweight, but once you turn them on, you cannot turn them off. And they're good for 12 hours. For you to have to be able to use them over multiple days, you'd have to have a pretty large number of them to be able to work, as opposed to something like a flashlight. So power. Cell phones are very important, and cell phones do provide us a good bit of entertainment as well as information that can be gathered during a disaster. The ability to power things in your home also may be needed if you have medical conditions that require refrigeration, such as people that have diabetes and require refrigerated insulin, or many other reasons that you would need power. And there are many ways that you can get power if the power was to go out due to a storm or some other disaster. For charging your cell phone, you can get something simple as this solar panel that folds open. It has USB connections to be a charger for your cell phone or your devices, or you can get something like this really large 100-watt panel that powers a generator that you can run appliances off of. These are really good to have. They're fairly compact because they fold up and they last a good bit of time. But make sure that you are getting what you need for your devices or for your needs. So both of these guys are what they call a solar generator, but they're obviously in different sizes. This one will last a significantly longer time and will power things such as a small refrigerator or CPAP machine, whereas this guy will as well, but it's only going to last for about an hour. You can even have something simple like this for charging your cell phone that also doubles as your lighting source. And this guy will charge your cell phone a couple times, and it comes with this nice little lantern that you can utilize if you needed area lighting. In the event that the cell phone network begins to have problems, you need to make sure that you've got some kind of emergency weather radio. Many of these weather radios also have a flashlight, so you could utilize them as light, but I would not use them as your primary source of light. They also will tell you that they will charge your cell phone. However, the charging of the cell phone were made for older flip phones, and they may not charge your newer, larger smartphone. And the hand cranks that are needed to charge the battery on this and charge your cell phone are pretty significant. So I would avoid buying one of these for the sole purpose of charging the cell phone. But all information is going to be provided over the weather bands. All three of these are AM/FM radios in addition to getting the weather bands, which is how most information is going to be communicated to you in a disaster. So make sure that you have some kind of hand crank, battery powered, or solar powered weather radio in your kit. First aid, you got to make sure that you're able to take care of yourself in the event that you have some kind of minor emergency. If we were to have some kind of large storm and there were debris and you might have cut yourself, you need to be able to take care of that at home without having to call for assistance. So make sure that you've got some kind of first aid kit. You can get a really, really large first aid kit that is set up to handle everything from a minor trauma down to issuing out a Band-Aid, or get a smaller medical kit that will handle most minor emergencies. But when you do get these kits, some of the things I recommend that you do is take a look at the Band-Aids. Because in many cases, these kits will not use great Band-Aids, and if they aren't quality Band-Aids, make sure that you replace them. And also look at the expiration date. Many of these kits have over-the-counter topical creams. Some of them do have medicines. Check those expiration dates, because you do not want to be taking or using expired medicine, particularly in a disaster situation, because it could make you more sick. So in addition to the first aid kit, some items you want to make sure that you've got in your emergency ready kit is a whistle. Have one whistle per member of your family, so that if they need to call for help, this is a very quick, easy way to do it. Dust masks. If you got some of the old COVID masks from a couple years ago, these are easy and quick to put in your kit. Make sure you've got some of these in the event that there is some kind of debris or whatnot. You don't want to be breathing in dust and other things. And it's a very lightweight and easy thing to have inside of your kit. Plastic sheeting and duct tape. In the event that you've got a shelter in place and you need to tape up over your windows to keep things from getting in, this stuff is good to have. Or with these contractor bags, they double as a tarp. They can be a trash bag. They can do many, many things, and they're very quick and easy to keep into your kit. Keeping your skin clean is extremely important. Make sure you've got something like hand sanitizer or these wet wipes, because you're able to clean not only your hands, but with the wet wipes, you can clean multiple areas on your body if needed. Or have something simple as one of these disposable hygiene kits. They're very cheap and easy to get off of Amazon. They've got soap, toothbrush, everything you need to take care of yourself. Just in case our cell phones don't work, make sure you've got some kind of paper map, whether it be an atlas like this, or you can go online and download free topographic or maps from GIS and have copies of paper maps so you know how to get out of the area that you're in if you needed to, or if you're being sent somewhere to evacuate, you know how to get there. And finally, Ready.gov says you should have a pair of pliers in the event you need to turn off your utilities. These are a good thing to have in your kit. However, if you do not know the ins and outs of disconnecting or turning off your utilities, I would not do that except for in an emergency situation with guidance. Make sure you look on how to properly turn off your utilities before you do that. And that covers the miscellaneous items that you should have in your emergency ready kit. Next, we're going to be talking about special considerations and how to care for our pet friends in the event of an emergency. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great Brookhaven day.